She's a researcher at the Center for Youth and Cultural Studies at the Yonsei University in Seoul. She specializes in social software and online environments, especially with youth, teenagers, outside of school, in school. She's specifically interested in intersections of play and learning, how students and young people are learning from each other, not the traditional model of only learning top-down from the teacher. She's a regular academic writer and consultant, and she's the author of the book Internet and Asian Cultural Studies, published by the Yonsei University Press. And she's going to talk to us about how teenagers are using social software in South Korea. Please help me welcome Heewon Kim. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be here. My name is Heewon Kim from Seoul, South Korea. Now I will talk about how Korean youth interact with social software during recent several years, but there's not enough time to deal with the whole thing, so I will just show some clues to glimpse the cyber culture in South Korea. Okay, in the digital age, we can exchange messages with each other with various digital devices and the internet. Especially in Korea, it is reported that there is fully deployed broadband network on mobile phones and high-end digital technologies, so young generations are familiar to this equipment for the constant contact. So before discussing social software, I will give you some stats on the environment in Korea. Let's see the broadband penetration. In Korea, about 13 million people are subscribing the broadband internet and is 26% of the whole population. It means almost every household. Thanks to this broadband, the interface of Korean website is usually filled with the images or flashes, since the loading time is not so long. And about the mobile internet, about 38 million people are subscribers now, but this doesn't mean that all of them are using mobile internet. Although people have the mobile phones with the internet connection, some don't access the internet through mobile, so the usage rate is about 43% or so. However, the mobile internet market is absolutely growing now. The third generation mobile phones are now popular in Korea. For example, one of the latest 3G models supports 7.2 Mbps connection speed for the internet. So I myself come to use mobile internet more and more due to the emergence of 3G mobile technologies. As you know, the average monthly hours online is very huge in Korea. We are always vying for the number one country for the geeks, like this. Okay, now let's talk about social software in Korea. Originally, the internet in Korea is led by community culture. For example, there is a community service named Cafe, which supports the affinity spaces, fandom, and other social groups. I mean, not individual. Since 2003, the mainstream trend has changed from community culture to personal media culture. The trigger was MiniHampi service of Skyward, the main topic of my talk. MiniHampi system focuses on self. Okay, this is the main page of Skyward. Looks like portal website, and you can see lots of news and entertainment content here. But if you log on, the main section of this main page is changed into the personalized section so that you can see the updated news of your friends. Skyward is now a dominating social network service in Korea, provided by SK Communications Corporations, and its main feature, MiniHampi, is a kind of personal homepage. Currently, the number of Skyward users is estimated at around 20 million, nearly a half of the whole population of South Korea. Moreover, even 98% of 20-something are member of Skyward. You know, it means everyone of 20-something. So the most incredible thing is that they earn 260,000 US dollars a day only by selling cyber items. Okay, I will skip this. Okay, this is MiniHampi. So MiniHampi offers diary, photo album, jukebox, guest book, mini room, and so on. Mini room is the three-dimensional space for, how can I say, online avatar. Users fill up the content and decorate their MiniHampis with items which they purchase. Users can change the atmosphere of their MiniHampis like this by purchasing the skins, music items, and other accessories. Users can also upload their own pictures. Sometimes young people expose themselves without affectation. On the other hand, sometimes they represent themselves how they want to be. It's really funny that many young people start to learn Photoshop software to retouch their own photos in MiniHampi. For example, before uploading self-photos, girls enlarge the photos, to see every pixel of them, and then erase the pores on the face. Also, people use MiniHampi to exhibit their taste and cultural interest. In this MiniHampi, visitors can browse the collections of cute items which satisfy the MiniHampi owners' aesthetics. Okay, or they show off their everyday life, such as where they visit, what they eat, with whom they get along, like this. Communication through MiniHampi service is basically asynchronous communication. You may think guestbook, for example. However, in this era, when people are connected to each other all day, the dominant principle is to change asynchronous communication into almost synchronous communication. So, for instance, a new function which lets users get notifications on mobile phones and instant messengers when messages are updated on MiniHampi was installed on Skyward recently. So people can read new comments and respond them in real time, regardless of their connection to Skyward. Even though users are unable to stay on Skyward full time, they can keep corresponding with their friends in real time. So MiniHampi service allows users to express themselves more eloquently with multimedia resources such as music, movie clips, photos, and various virtual items. Users take advantage of these features for their self-branding strategies beyond mere self-expression. In this context, the brand indicates myself. Every MiniHampi is an excellent example of self-branding, I think. And next, yes. I mentioned a few minutes ago the type of dialogue through Skyward. What should be emphasized here is that such dialogues can be continued in real time, but not in the form of perfectly synchronous communication. In other words, one can reply to others immediately when they want to, but can also adjust the timing of answers if he or she doesn't want to be interrupted. It is the same as the role of short message service of mobile phones. It is not often that these dialogues bear important or informative messages. People just want to tell jokes or manage their anxiety by confirming connections to others. Accordingly, it is one of the main goals in personal media services to blur the borders between asynchronous communication and synchronous communication by linking different platforms. Another important motivation is the visualized attention. I mean, quantified attention. can be an important system of compensation for youth. Sometimes youth feel they are taken care of when talking with friends, or they regard them as contributors when witnessing the page views increased by the unknown visitors. This is the methodology of coexistence for digital generations to sustain their lives and care for one another virtually. Cyword started to gain popularity in 2003. Now teenagers are still using Cyword most often, but 20-something and over 20s are leaving Cyword. So as for service life cycle, we can say definitely Cyword is here, not here, just there. It's now one of the older services in Korea, and it demands us too much time and other resources for decoration, customization, or content creation. So, of course, Cyword is still dominating in Korea, but I can notice a changing phenomena, although it's a slight change, even if this is just potential one. Now, new rules are very simple. With less research, get more responses. Even in Cyword and other social network services, young generations are trying to minimize their efforts for uploading content. Of course, they are enjoying real-time communication, but that should not be totally synchronous. Let's see an example. Please play the video clips now. Okay.
Le gouvernement lui-même, car ici les autorités misent tout sur les nouvelles technologies. À Séoul par exemple, on peut se connecter partout à Internet haut débit, démonstration avec Heewon et son ami blogueur.
Là, je me connecte à Internet grâce à ce petit modem. On pourra surfer tout en roulant.
Ce super Wi-Fi couvre toute la ville, même en roulant, le signal n'est jamais coupé. Idéal pour regarder Nouveau en voiture.
L'émission des nouvelles tendances.
Et la démonstration continue. En quelques secondes, ma photo se retrouve sur le web et déjà les internautes réagissent.
Je viens de recevoir le premier commentaire sur mon portable.
Cette société...
Okay. So, do you find something here? Real-time communication, but not synchronous communication. It's not a joke. I mean, I am serious. Yes, almost synchronous communication. So, I think these principles can be applied to other emerging social network services in the world. So, we need lots of comparative and collaborative research to understand different cultures, to understand youth, and to build better cyberspace. Okay, if you have any comments, please send me emails. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, our final speaker for this glimpse of Asia